Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? It's showtime.
Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where the truth always matters. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. I am your trusted source for hard-hitting conservative news. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good evening, Patriots. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where I'll dive headfirst into the turbulent currents of American politics. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. And tonight, we're buckling up for a wild ride. As the sun sets and the stars emerge, so do the issues shaping our nation. From the bustling halls of Congress to the heartland farms, we'll dissect the headlines, unravel the spin, and expose the truth. No filter, no fluff, just raw, unapologetic conservatism. Tonight, we're tackling it all. The battle for the border security, walls, caravan, and the soul of America. Big tech stronghold, Silicon Valley overlords, or defenders of free speech. Climate change or climate hysteria. The inconvenient truth that they won't tell you. And of course, the internal struggle, left versus right. So grab your favorite mug, fill it with the Liberty-infused coffee, and let's dive in, because this isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. And together, we'll wake up America, one truth bomb at a time. So remember, folks, we're not just spectators. We are active participating in the grand experiments called democracy. So let's roll up our sleeves, sharpen our wits, and reclaim the narrative, because liberty isn't a spectator sport, it's a contact sport. Stay tuned, my fellow freedom fighters. The Conservative Viewpoint starts now. Welcome, everybody. I'm back from my little vacation that I had. So let's get it in tonight and tomorrow night, and then Thursday will be my surgery. So I'll take a few days off after that to recuperate for a little while. And then I'll be back strong and back at it Monday night, August 5th. So because actually, November 5th general election's coming up real soon, so we can't take too many breaks here. Hey, what's going on, John? Two Johns. How you doing, guys? Pat, hi there. Welcome to the show. I'm glad I'm back. It seemed like it was forever getting on vacation, but I drank a lot and spent a lot of money at the casino, and lost. So that wasn't very good. William, welcome. So the election's coming up, guys, and we got to do what everything that we can do, because this fake news, lame ass media is trying to paint Kamala Harris as some kind of saint and reinvent her image, because she's a cackling buffoon, and these idiots are believing what they're saying about her. Now, we all know how she got where she's at today, knee pads and all. And this is something we are not going to let people forget, because she's a buffoon, a huge idiot, and she's just going to take after. This will still be Obama's fourth term if she's elected. So we've got to do what it takes to make sure she is not elected into this White House, because if so, we are done. It's history. So all right, first we're going to get started off with Scott. There you go. How you doing, Scott? Echo. All right. The liberal, subversive, fake news media had been lying to the world since before we were all born. White people can't be racist or privileged. Here's a list of white slave trades, Barbary slave trade, Arab slave trades, Irish slave trade, Caribbean slave trade, Roman slave trade. Holy moly, you got a whole list here. Hundreds of millions of white people were enslaved over the last 3,000 years. Half were white women. Well, you know what? You're not wrong. But according to everybody else, they want to call us the only ones that were not enslaved. And they are totally wrong. And you were definitely right. There was more than just black people enslaved. There was Asians, everybody. I mean, they enslaved anybody that they could. Period. That's all there is to it. So there's no doubt about that. Exactly right. Now, where am I getting at here? Okay, we're going to start off with Trump agrees to the FBI to interview about his assassination attempt. And with all these articles that I'm at least most of these articles, I have a video for tonight. So I tried to put this together because I didn't get home until like 12:30. So I put this show together real quick. Hey, there's Vix. How are you doing? Got it. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I love her. She does that every time. That's why I ask you guys to share my videos, even these live streams, to people, even your liberal idiot friends out there, even if you talk to them still or not. Share it to them. Wake them up. I don't care. I love pissing people off. So share my videos with them. Help me get my word out to more people, because November election, shit, we're in August already. It's coming up. And these people think they're going to spin the truth about Kamala Harris. We're going to show them what the truth is. So no matter what happens, this is what we got this. And that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's see. We're going to take the first look at the video. First video we're going to take a look at is the one where Trump agrees to the interview with the FBI. Take a look at this real quick.
Take a look at what happened.
Now, there has been so many failures during this Trump attempted assassination. Now, the FBI needs to start interviewing their own people, Secret Service, and to deal with the failures of them not protecting Trump the way they should have been doing. This has been going on for too long, and who knows how long it's going to take for them to do this stupid interviews. And will we ever get the truth out? I doubt it. I don't think we'll ever find, this is just, it's crazy. I think because the government was involved and this kid was just used as a pawn in their game, period. And will we get the truth? I doubt it. Vic, how are you feeling? You're sick the last time that I was on. So I'm glad to see you made it through. I want to see how many of these idiot fake news liberals just keep saying that she's so great. And she is behind every piece of work that Joe Biden, well, whoever Joe Biden handlers are, because Joe Biden hasn't been making decisions at all ever since he's been in this office. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Dave, how you doing? Welcome, Dave. Trump ladies in the house. How are you doing? Hey, cheers, Joan. Hi, Joan. John Archer, all right. There you are. You know, most of his Secret Service team was with Joe Biden that day. He had somewhere else leftovers or whatever the fuck they were. Yeah, they were with Jill. Right, John. Exactly. Why would you take Trump's best team away from him and put amateurs in there if this wasn't a setup. And you're right, exactly, John. They took him, put him at that twit, and sent her to Pittsburgh on Air Force One, where she had no right being on that thing. I mean, this stuff just stinks to high heaven. And this is why we've got to take care of this ourselves, guys, because ain't nobody going to do anything for us. So we have to make sure these Democrats don't control power come November, period. End of story. There ain't no doubt about it. So we've got to do it. And Lake, welcome to the show, Lake. I love seeing new faces come in here. So thank you all for coming in. And stick around. We got a hell of a show. We got great people. I call my Wimpkin Warriors in chat. Oh, I got to check my other comments too, because we can't leave anybody out. There's Jen Lynn. How are you doing, Jen? She's in Facebook, and we got great people in chat. Come up with all different stuff that they talk about, and they're awesome people. You guys got to stick around. You got to get involved. There's Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? It's red flags all over. John, you're right, because it's Twit, Kamala, knee pad Harris, camel toe. She's all for red flag laws, too. We got to watch her ass. They're going to use her, and she's going to be an easy puppet to use. And we've got to watch her totally. And we cannot definitely turn our backs on these people right now. We've got to push forward. We got to get as many people out to vote as we possibly can, because this is turning around quick. And yet the acting secret, he's a twit, David, was still lying, saying that nobody was removed, sent to Joe Biden. Looking good, Jordan. Good luck Thursday. Thank you, Pat. My surgery is Thursday. Hopefully I'm only done for the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm back on Monday, and we'll get into this. My inbox was full today. I'm going to have a hell of a show for you tomorrow for my last one for a few days while I get this surgery. So stay tuned and come back tomorrow. We're going to have a hell of a show, but we got plenty of videos today to get to you. I threw them in real fast. But yes, David, that Secret Service guy, he was an idiot running his mouth to Senator Hawley. And oh my God, we're going to have more of this on tomorrow. But he was saying he don't want, how did he say it? Unfairly persecute his Secret Service agents that didn't do their job, that allowed Trump to get shot, that abandoned their post that they were supposed to be manning, and he won't even tell anybody any of this stuff. And he lied the whole time that I got to watch. This piece of shit should not even be in there. And you know what? Dan Bongino has been warning people about this idiot since before he even got appointed to this director's position. And he's only temporary, and hopefully come November, we have Trump back in office, and he won't be there at all. He'll be fired along with the rest of the idiots that were there that didn't do their job and that allowed, on purpose, I guarantee it, Trump to get shot. We will find more of this later. I will go over this article a little bit better. I didn't get to watch the whole interview whenever Hawley was questioning him, but the parts that I did catch, he's an asshole, period. They're trying to do is say that he had the same amount of Secret Service protection, but they weren't his regular ones. Thanks, William. But he also said that, and he made a point of this to say this, that he did not make the decision to deny more Secret Service agents. And he kept saying that. I did not do that, is what he said. So he was throwing the director under the bus, which she needed thrown under the bus, but anybody else but him, he was trying to throw under the bus. Then he wanted to run his gums and think he was Billy Badass when it comes to Hawley and run his mouth. Well, that was stupid. Hawley just put him in his place, and he needs it. He needs fired, period. He should not be there, and he was just putting it off on somebody else, everything that was going on. That was the part that I saw. Exactly right, John. Dan Bongino should be in charge of those idiots, Secret Service members, because he still has guys that are still good in Secret Service. And then you got the asshole traitors that did this on purpose to Trump. So that should definitely be, that should happen. So we'll find out. I'll get a little bit more on him tomorrow, but I'm going to have a hell of a show. I've got a whole list in there I haven't even went through yet. So I went through the most recent ones that I got here. Doing good, Jen. Thanks, Jen, and I hope your back's doing better too. Friend of mine, she had back surgery done too, and I didn't get to tell her that I was having surgery yet. And she came on chatting Facebook. Sorry, I didn't get to tell her because we both had the same issues with our back. We both were EMTs together on the ambulance. We run together years ago, and we don't get to see each other hardly ever. She's way across the country, so she's on the West Coast. So, yes. So she got to find out this way. But, okay, anyways, next we're going to get into Donald Trump said Kamala Harris can't be trusted for one awful reason. Well, guess what? She can't be trusted for many reasons because she's a dimwit and she's another new puppet for Obama, the Clintons, and Pelosi. And she's easy for them to control. And now Trump said that she can't be trusted because she helped cover up the medical condition of Joe Biden this whole time. And he's right. But the one thing that the Republicans need to focus on is they're allowing Biden to remain in office right now. And he shouldn't be with this medical condition that they know he has. He should not be making decisions for this country with dementia, Parkinson's, whatever the hell he's got. They need to put a stop to this today. Not tomorrow, not September, now. He needs out of office. But what do we got? We got to put up with camel toe if we takes her out. There's so much going on right now that is so bad. I don't know how it's going to be able to be stopped. All right, let me get over here. I heard they were disc jockey agents. That I can believe. The Secret Service whistleblowers said that there will be another attempt to kill Trump before November. He said that he is going to speak out until all the brass is fired and replaced. I hope he secures himself. Exactly right. And I can believe this. Billy Bob's in the house. What's going on, Billy Bob? Paper pushers, pathetic. They are all pansy ass pieces of shit, and that's who they left with Trump. One of the most high profile people right now out there, and they're going to leave him with amateur Secret Service agents that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. That's the reason why it seems a little fishy that they did this. They just let him go with those guys, and they don't have the experience to be covering him. Yes, William, you're right. They need to file charges against the Secret Service. They did not do their job whatsoever. They failed miserably at their job, and they need to be held accountable. And that's the problem right now. We've almost got 4 years in, and who's been held accountable in this administration? Nobody. Not a damn person being held accountable for their actions. We've had crimes committed in front of our faces on camera, and they do nothing about it. Nothing gets done. This weak-ass Republican Party does nothing. They just let them walk all over them, and you'll wonder why if they cheat again, the Republicans won't do anything. They're not backing themselves up with anything, and they need to start doing something. Pathetic. That's all. I don't know how to explain it. Is there anything worse than pathetic? I don't know. Let me know. Billy Bob's in. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. She only spoke for 17 minutes at a rally. Oh, camel toe? 17 minutes at a rally. That said as soon as she started speaking, people were leaving. The only one showed up for the shitty rapper. That's awesome. I don't even pay attention to her shit. They're trying, like I said earlier, they're trying to reinvent her. How can you reinvent a pile of shit? You're going to turn it into a bunch of roses? That's exactly what you've got here. She is a Biden 2.0, period. And you can't reinvent cackling chaos. And people got to open their eyes and see how she got there. She has nothing. Nothing. She has none of her own policies. She has nothing but knee pads. And that's it. So you can't reinvent trash, period. They might be waiting for him to die in office so they can use it. Well, yeah, I mean, I got something on that too later on here, and that we'll get into that here shortly. I don't want to give it all away, but that he's pushing on the Supreme Court. But I will give you that part. I must have missed that. The Vic's feeling better? Oh. We need to get Kamala off the teleprompter and answering questions live. Yes, they need to do exactly. Thanks, Vix, for the shout out again with that. I appreciate that. You know that. They need to get her on a debate stage. No earpieces, no teleprompter, no nothing. Free voice, just like Trump does. Trump can think off her feet. This bumbling idiot twit, she cannot think off of her own. And what does she do when she gets nervous and screwed up? She cackles like a hyena. So that's exactly what they need to do. Turd polishing. I don't know if they can polish that turd, Jeff. Do you? She's a twit. You know that song, It Feels Like She Won in Watching Me? I'm there. Oh, yeah. But I don't know how you can polish that turd. So we're going to have to see what happens. Now, this next one was awesome. Donald Trump was speechless when this beer company unveiled the shocking release. Now, I wanted you to take a look at this video because I can't tell you and to do it justice. So take a look at this if you haven't seen it yet.
Did you hear about this? A new beer brand called the Ultra Right Beer Company has made $500,000 in just 12 hours after releasing limited edition cans with former President Trump's mugshot on the front. Seth Weathers is CEO of Ultra Right Beer Company, and he joins me now. Seth, good morning to you. 5 tractor loads of cans in just 12 hours. Did you think this was going to be this much of a hit?
You know, I knew it was going to be a hit, but I maybe didn't quite realize how big it was going to go, and it's still going, so we're excited. And part of what we're doing here is we're actually using the funds on this to fund the Trump electors that are being persecuted, not prosecuted here in the state of Georgia. And so we're happy to be giving back to that. So we've generated a bunch of money for these legal defense funds.
Oh, yeah. And I was reading that you ran former President Trump's 2016 campaign in Georgia. So I'm sure that is where you got this idea to donate some of the funds. So you also have a personal connection to the former president.
Well, and also some of my friends are the ones that are being arrested here by the communist Fannie Willis in Fulton County. And so that was why it was extremely important to me.
Now, I think it was awesome, not about him, his friends and stuff being arrested, but the beer cans are awesome. I got to find me some of those. But chop up a little bit and throw it in their face. This idiot media company and Bud Light, you know, the ones that are trying to boost Camel Toe. That is awesome. Great job with the beer cans, guys. I don't think that it's Biden addressing the nation the other night. His hands look younger. The time is what I think they put makeup on him. But yeah, David, I don't know if that was him or not. But he had that bruise on his face we showed the other night on the show. And we were trying to figure out if it was him. But, of course, we haven't figured anything out yet. So, Becky. Hi, Becky. You're in the house. I couldn't hear the sound, but oh, dear. Really? Oh, the sound was low? You guys didn't tell me that. But I thought the power was out. Lee, What's going on, Lee? Vix, is this a bad thing? Is it like this is less like one of those government watching you type deals? We're here to help you. DEI hires need instructions at all times, so Camel Toe can't handle it on her own. Ain't that the for sure? The cackle goes through me like nails across. Oh, you got that right, Trump lady. That is horrible. I cannot stand listening to her cackling. And almost every damn one of the videos that you have her in, it happens. And I cannot stand listening to her. I gotta delete these videos so I don't play them twice for you guys. So William Lockett's in the house. What's going on, William? I need a whole pilot. I'm trying to catch up to all the comments here real quick and before we move on. Go to the Bible study. Y'all have a fantastic night. David, thank you for stopping by. Try to stop by tomorrow night, David. Thank you for stopping. All right, guys, let's see. Next, we got all hell broke loose when J.D. Vance asked Kamala Harris this devastating question. Now, do you guys know what this devastating question was? And I know you had to hear about this, but I'm gonna let Vance explain it himself. So take a look at this.
I don't know, Kamala. I did serve in the United States Marine Corps and build a business. What the hell have you done? Kamala Harris said something to the effect that I have no loyalty to this country. Well, I don't know, Kamala. I did serve in the United States Marine Corps and build a business. What the hell have you done other than collect a check?
Yeah, what has she done? She's been putting on her knee pads and worked every angle with her knee pads from the time she was in the government in California all the way up to where she is now. That's exactly what she's been done today. That's what we got to stop. What's going on, Jamal? And today's topic is Kamala being a train wreck. And this is what we have to stop come November because when you got? Oh, September, October, November, 3 months, 3 months away. 3 months, November 3rd or November 5th. It's coming up, and this is what we've got to deal with. We've got this lame news media people trying to shape her into something that she's definitely not. But of course, the libtards are believing everything he said. So this is what we've got to do by November. So join into the topic, Jamal. How is she a train wreck? Give me some more ideas because it's not hard to find them, but she is a terrible train wreck. And Vic, are you okay? Did the person who pulled a knife on you get arrested? That's not even cool. I hope you are packing, Vic. You know, we got to get strapped up and don't put up with this shit. Next time somebody pulls it, make them take them out in a body bag. What's the story behind this, Vic? I need to get this story. That's not even cool. I know I got a little delay, so I have to wait and watch what happens. I'm gonna have to be looking at that. Vic, I feel for you. Oh my, that kind of irks me there, Vic. we could have been taking care of that person. All right, now J.D. Vance also drops another hammer on Kamala Harris, the brutal twit, and the takedown. But you got to take a look at this video of him dropping a hammer on her as far as being the border czar that we don't forget. We've got to call her that on every day. We got to remind people everything you see about this twit, you make sure that they know she's the cause of all the murders, the assaults, and everything that's happening in this country by these illegal criminals. She is the reason behind this. So let me get rid of this one, and I want you guys to take a look at this one.
Now, everybody knows that Kamala Harris owns every failure of the ultra-liberal policies of the last 4 years. As America's border czar, and she was the border czar, the media all said it, Kamala Harris is directly responsible for the worst border crisis in this nation's history. On her watch, more than 10 million illegal aliens have invaded our country, and it wasn't by accident, it was by design. Creating this flood of illegal immigration is the purpose of the ultra-liberal immigration policies. They said they were going to do it, and then they did it on Kamala Harris's first day in office. They suspended deportations, they stopped building Donald Trump's border wall, they reinstated catch and release, and they proposed amnesty for millions of illegal aliens. On the first moment, from the moment go, Kamala Harris and the Democrats sent engraved invitations to millions of illegal immigrations around the world. And now they're here because they were invited. They were invited by our own border czar. Can you believe it?
Now, we all know that she's been the border czar. She's always been the border czar since Biden made her that in March of 2021. It's been a complete and total disaster, and she had no plans on stopping it because this was a Biden administration's plan in the first place. They wanted to ruin this country on purpose. And the disaster is just beginning. Her possible VP pick, and we'll get it out of here in a second, but over plants. That is unbelievable, Vic. The guy was going to steal her plants, and he at knife point. Oh, I wish you didn't live so far away. Oh my God. Sound better than these are. Yes. But now, let's see. He dropped the hammer on her. I got to get rid of that one. I'll forget you guys and I'll get you out there. That's terrible for Rick. It is. Somebody going to try to hold her up by knife point for plants. Pathetic piece of shit that dude is. And he needs taken care of real quick. That's for sure, Vic. I feel so bad for you. All right, now, this disastrous VP pick of hers, possible VP pick, Mark Kelly, who started a spy balloon company that's funded by China, if you guys didn't already hear this. Now, you know, it's funny how this works. When China just flies a balloon over our country that Biden allows them to do by doing nothing until it gets across our country after they've taken all these pictures of our Air Force bases, our military bases, and getting all the information they need, and he does nothing about it. You believe this crap? Let me get in there. I think I have a video on this. And I do. Take a look at this. It's a real short one, only 28 seconds. Take a look at this.
Former astronaut Senator Mark Kelly started spy balloon company funded by China. Mark Kelly, a former astronaut and current senator, co-founded a company specializing in spy balloons with Chinese venture capital ties. The company evolved from focusing on space tourism to providing remote sensing services to defense and commercial customers. Though linked to Tencent, a powerful Chinese corporation, Kelly holds no control or access to the company since stepping away in 2019. His VP candidacy raises concerns amid tensions with China over a surveillance balloon incident.
Now, you see what I mean? These are the kind of disasters that are just going to get worse and worse because, Obama and Biden, and this is what's going to be left over from there, the first and second term and the third term with Biden. Now there's going to be another fourth term for Obama. And this disaster is just going to keep going and going because of Kamala is an easy puppet. Not as easy as Biden because he's demented, so he don't have a clue of what's going on anyway. But she's going to be easy because they're going to tell her what to do, and she's going to do exactly what they tell her. Period. Because there's so much that I think I have on here too. Oh yeah, it's the next one that's coming out. Because we all know from the first part, and we've known this was going on, but Barack Obama threatened to use the 25th Amendment to remove Joe Biden after his medical incident in Las Vegas, and had, get this, he had Kamala's permission to use the 25th Amendment against Joe Biden. So for one, they didn't need her permission. They're using that as an excuse to talk her up a little bit more. Right? So take a look at this one about Obama threatening to use it. This is why Joe Biden dropped out. It's the only reason. Take a look at this.
Talking about Joe Biden and how the Obamas and Pelosi and Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries basically forced the old guy out, that he didn't step aside because he wanted to step aside. He stepped aside because they threatened him with invoking the 25th Amendment. Here's part of the article. He also says that Joe Biden, according to his sources, didn't even have COVID. It was a different medical emergency.
Now, you see that? We all were talking about that on a few shows back about this medical emergency and what has been going on. But we all said, too, that this is what happened. He was threatened with the 25th, and that's why they did this. So we know that Obama doesn't need Harris's permission. He's the puppet master, him, Clinton, and Pelosi. They told Harris what they were going to do and told her what she was going to do. They didn't ask for permission from anybody. She's too damn dumb to have to ask anything. She's the new Obama and Clinton Pelosi puppet, and that's the way it's going to be if she's voted into this office. This is something that we cannot let happen no matter what happens. But no. Rumors have that PA Governor Shapiro with a sexual harassment claim by a young staff member. Really? I did not hear that. Daniel Hamill's surprise. It's never a shock because it seems to be a really common thing to be married to fellow swamp monsters while you both fuck your staff in the country. I think that's a Democrat motto. You got to do this stuff. And their other motto is being pedophiles, so what the hell? Seriously, just triggered my TSPDSD. Yeah, no doubt there. Just another useful idiot. Yeah, ain't that the truth? He's a worthless. We haven't had a good governor in here in Pennsylvania in a long time, so we have nothing. They're pathetic, protecting these pedophiles. And that's another thing I was going to get a hold of Brendan and see. He's supposed to be doing local politics stuff. And I just found out that our local commissioners or somebody approved them to do some kind of drag shit at one of our local fairs. That cannot happen. That is so pathetic. I've got to get back into the groove of things here, guys. You can't find anything on Google about the Trump assassination attempt. Well, but didn't you hear? And I think I have some of that, more of that tomorrow. Google and Facebook are censoring anything you put on about Trump's assassination now. Pictures, it don't matter. They're censoring that stuff. You believe that shit? Oh, well, you ought to believe it because they'll do anything to try to get the Democrats to stay in power because they've already banned Zuckerbucks. So he can't be doing that shit anymore. So now they're going to do this. They're going to ban and censor anything that has to do with Trump's assassination. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll have more of that tomorrow too. Yet another sexual harassment claim. We're seeing more and more of these Shapiro's is yet another wolf. Exactly right, Pat. He's definitely another wolf. And I stopped paying attention to him because it's so pathetic. And Wolf was the biggest pathetic. And I am one of his marks because they're taking part of my money away from me for a lifetime injury. In like 5 years, they're going to take a good chunk of change away from me every month because of the corruption that the Democrats are in. So, yeah, I am one of their victims. I voted for Mastriana too, Lee. Most definitely. Google is internet Walmart. You're not even really using the interweb at this point. No, hell no. They're just allowing us on here, and they're censoring every damn thing. I'm waiting for us to be cut off too. Sorry about that. But I'm waiting for them to start cutting us off because we speak our mind. And that's the way it should be. That's what the First Amendment's all about. As long as you're not threatening people, you should be able to speak your mind. But that's not happening right now. I don't know why that posted so much. We're going to keep posting what we can post until they do something about it. I mean, what the hell? Period. I mean, no, we have to do it. We cannot be held back because they're talking lies about Kamala Harris to make her look better. And this is what we have to stop because these idiots think that she's all about almighty Harris. She's nothing but a hoe and Joe. That's all that she is. So, all right, this next article talks about Biden's White House releases details to reform the Supreme Court. Well, in short, they're just trying to stack the Supreme Court. We all know this. And this is all about Trump, no matter what it is. And he said that no president is above the law. Well, and I think this is the point where they said they're talking about him not living too long. So, and he probably knows it too. And because he can be held liable for this. But I do have a video here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Hold on one sec. We're going to get this. All right. Take a look at this video of them talking about stacking the Supreme Court. Watch it.
With President Biden's remaining months in office, he's set his energy on reshaping and redefining the Supreme Court.
We need these reforms to restore trust in the courts.
Mainly, he suggested 18-year term limits for Supreme Court justices and endorsed that these justices adhere to an enforceable code of ethics. Biden is also pushing for a constitutional amendment to prohibit total immunity for presidents, calling it the No One is Above the Law Amendment.
We're a nation of laws, not kings and dictators.
It's a clear reproach to the Supreme Court's ruling that former President Donald Trump is immune from prosecution for official acts.
The president has to have immunity. This has nothing to do with me.
While Biden's suggested reforms would be a bold effort to counter the Supreme Court's conservative majority, it's unlikely that the current Republican-controlled House would approve term limits or an ethics code. And a constitutional amendment would require ratification by 38 states. But with Biden's term as president coming to an end, changes to the nation's highest court would be a legacy-defining move.
I don't think it can get done before then, but we can't take a chance of letting them do this because that's. And Madeline, how you doing, Madeline? It's nice to see you again. But this is something we cannot let happen because it's all about, because he knows he's not going to live long enough to be held for his crimes, him and the Biden crime syndicate family, period. But Trump will outlive him unless they kill him first. And that's something we can't let happen either. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But this is the only reason they're doing that. And it's about Trump and about getting Trump however they can. They're pathetic pieces of shit is what they are. Now let's keep going here. Right, Billy Bob. I'm Wimpkin. I'm just afraid that they're going to try another way of doing it, like hacking them or something like that to take us off the air somehow, or keep suing them, just like they're doing Trump. They're trying to break people financially because the government thinks they got a blank check that they can use our money to control all these people and to bankrupt them with our money. And that's something that needs stopped too. They should not be able to use our money to go against political opponents or to censor us or social media sites like Wimpkin. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that at all. Chase puts in work making sure we're good. For now, our sandbox is safe, and we need to use this time to fortify ourselves and unite behind the dream of our forefathers. Exactly right, William. There's no doubt about it. And William, we got to get back on the show, man. You got to come back on here and help me out here now, because Brendan's doing his own thing, and he's had some other things. He volunteered for Trump with a political campaign, and he was on there. I think he had a meeting today with them, and so he couldn't make it today. He might be on tomorrow, he said, so we'll find out. But we got to get these things going, guys. We can't let it slack off now. 3 equal branches of government. Exactly right, Jamal. I've got glitches coming up my eyeballs. Happens to me. We all got glitches, but there's just some funny stuff going on that everybody has problems, and the government's up to all this kind of bullshit and trying to censor us in other ways because they know they're getting a fight on the First Amendment. So they got to find other ways around trying to censor us. So now they're already getting Google and Facebook to censor the stuff about Trump because they know that Trump's beating the hell out of Kamala Harris. And every time those pictures and stuff come out, it makes it even better for Trump. And it takes it away from camel toe. And that's what we got to keep doing, guys. That's why I say every time you see something about Harris, make sure people know what she's about and the truth. Not these lies and these liberal idiots are putting out there, because they're nothing but lies, and we all know it. All right, let me get on here. Which one is this one? Oh, that's about the Supreme Court. We know it's about stacking the Supreme Court, and they're trying to sway it their ways, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. Now, why they're doing this, because if Biden leaves, it's going to take a lot of lawsuits, and it's all going to go against Trump or any other Republican that tries to go against the Democrats. They're going to try to take them out. They're going to try to stop them so the Democrats remain in power, period, no matter what. Because this next article, they're calling it Biden and Harris call for Supreme Court term limits and code of conduct, limit on presidential immunity. But notice how they are trying to put Harris's name on this, like she has something to do with all this, when we all know it's one of the puppet masters making these decisions. It's not Harris and it's not Biden. Biden doesn't even know what day it is. So how the hell is he going to make up a decision about anything? And he's not. Almost like it's an election year type censorship. Exactly, Lee. Exactly what they're doing. And I mean, I was censored on 2020. Oh my God. After that election, I got a lifetime ban from so many places you won't even believe it. And I don't want that again, because I will be shut off then. So we can't have that again. So we may have to do an X group. I'm on X. Come see me on there. I know Vic's on there too. So come on there. But I think Jace will keep us running on Wimpkin. So that's a good thing. I know Rumble fights back like really hard. And Dan Bongino, because he's a major shareholder in Rumble too. They fight too to keep us running. But we got to do what we can, guys. We got to help them out. We just don't want them to do it by themselves, and we got to keep on it no matter what. And I forgot about that. I messaged one of my senators here in Pennsylvania, and I've got to remember to get the letter out. I asked him to get me the communications for the day of Trump's shooting. And between the Secret Service, the locals, and all that. And what did I get? But nothing but a runaround letter. And I'm going to read it to you guys tomorrow. And he's a Republican. And all he did was beat around the bush and steer me off the track. And I wrote him back. I said, so now that you didn't answer my question, I want the communications between them. And of course, what today? I still have not heard from him. And it's been over a week. This is the pathetic bullshit we're getting from these weak-ass Republicans. And I will find out. I hope I saved that letter in there. I'm going to read it, guys, to you tomorrow because they're pathetic. Vic says Jace works overtime for all of us to stay up. That's why I tell you and like and share on multiple platforms. Because you never know what's going to happen. Jace's doing a great job. I just don't want to see him try to put him financially in jeopardy to save this company. And I love Wimpkin. We've got great people in Wimpkin here. And I hate to see this government using our taxpayer money to bankrupt other people to get their way. That shit's got to stop. All right, friend. We'll wrap it up got a ton of political stuff on here. Local level and a reflection of ideology, swamp creatures, power over responsibility, greed rather than quantity, work being done, compromising, be found in the name of making things better for everyone involved. Good, because we got to get you back on the show. We got to go over all this stuff because November's coming right around the corner there, William, and we got to take care of the problems. Try it out. It's not bad, but if you guys get on X, check me out, Country Conservative. Check Vicky's out. I know she's on there too, and I don't get a lot of people watching from X, and I wish it would pick up. I've got like 8,000 people following me on there, and I wish it would pick up because we can get our truth out to a lot of people. And with you guys on Wimpkin, it's awesome because we've been getting more and more new people into there, into my show. And so that means their people are going to see it if they share my video onto their site, into their platforms and whatever. It means the truth gets out to more people, and that helps out a whole hell of a lot. Even if it's one person we reach more than that. That's so important right now, guys. This election is no joke. And we've got to save this country, and it's going to take everything we've got to do it. So please help me out with this, and we'll try to get this going. Now, in this next video, we're talking about MSNBC and CNN admitted the brutal truth about Kamala Harris. And they had to admit that Trump is more popular than she is. And I guarantee that about killed them to have to say that. The problem here is that when they're trying to make Kamala Harris look better than what she is nothing. She has nothing to run on except for Joe Biden's failures. And they have lied about all of his stuff, too, and trying to make her look better. It's not working. She's a disaster. She's a train wreck. Hence the title of the show, The Train Wreck's coming, and we have to derail it before November, no matter what. Now we got Pocahontas. Need to promote Wimpkin on all platforms. I do that, Billy Bob, as much as I can, and especially on the show. And when we got people from Facebook, and I do have some people from Twitter gets on here and tell them promote. I say get Wimpkin app, and you'll love it. And I tell them about you guys being great and stuff, and tell them to join us in chat, because if they want their voices heard, if they believe in the truth, and they believe that we can get this country back under Trump, they would get Wimpkin, and they would come on here and get their voices heard. Because I try to get you guys, every one of your comments out there as much as possible, and I tell people about you guys all the time that we get a lot of, a lot of great conversations on chat. And we do. And I love seeing all the chats. And this is what we got to get people woke up to. Get on here. Get your voices heard. Get them out there. If StreamYard could get their shit together, I can show your comments from Wimpkin and StreamYard. But right now, I can't do that. I can only do that with Facebook right now and YouTube when people are on YouTube. And I barely get any there. I think I'm being shadow banned on YouTube, too. William, I refuse to go on Twitter. I have significant issues when limited to a certain amount of characters when I'm trying to make a point. if I can't express my voice and thought ways. Yeah, they do limit you to so many, and I get a lot in, William. And then if not, I just go on to another one. So, but I get my point through, and doing videos helps better because you can get more out there by doing videos like this. So that's why I like doing them. Jerry, hi Jerry. Former Kamala Harris staffer, whistleblowers on the tyrant-esque atmosphere her team had to endure. It was so bad. Yes, the 92% turnover rate. I did talk about it a couple episodes ago, Jerry, that nobody wants to work for that bitch. And I could just see by watching her why. Exactly. I just by watching her, I could see that I wouldn't want to work for her. I couldn't work for her. She's a twit. So it's just unbelievable. But I would like to know. I would like to be able to get a hold of some of her staff that quit her job and talk to them, get them on the show, and see why they quit. And I would love to do it. I just don't know who they were. What is the white dudes for Kamala bullshit? I just saw that today, Jamal. I don't know what's that about. They're sending her money for some reason, and I got to look into that to see what the hell that is. I just shared your show on X. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. There's something going on there, Jeff. And I don't know if it's racist or what the hell it is. Well, hell, I don't even know what she is. She only claims to be black because she wants the black vote. I don't even know. She's not even black. She's Indian and Jamaican. I don't know. But now they call me racist because I said she's only black when she wants a vote. Well, if the truth hurts, suck it up, buttercup. Bunch of homos. I don't have any other social medias besides LinkedIn and Facebook, and I call it fascist book. Exactly right. It's getting worse and worse, guys. We got to do what we can do to get it done. Ask book to help chase Wimpkin.com out there. We got to. And that's why I tell everybody that I stream on here too, and we got to do something. But I want to get on to these last couple of things before we sign off, guys. I don't want to keep you. But now this one is Elon Musk calls Harris an extinctionist. Take a look at this video of him calling her that. We'll go into this after we get done.
Speaking of Elon Musk, he has got a new label for Kamala Harris, one I'd never heard before. He's called her an extinctionist after a video resurfaced from last year where she talked about how climate anxiety was causing many young people to reconsider whether or not they would actually have children. Here's the video that's resurfaced. Have a listen.
I've heard young leaders talk with me about a term they've coined called climate anxiety. Right? Which is fear of the future and the unknown, of whether it makes sense for you to even think about having children.
Now, Elon Musk has retweeted that video and said the natural extension of her philosophy would be a de facto Holocaust for all of humanity. It's a frightening thought to think the next president of the United States and the leader of the free world could be actively suggesting, you know, maybe you should think twice before having children because we may not be around that long anyway.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. And that's exactly what they're doing. But they want population control. That, I believe, is what COVID was all about. Now, since it didn't kill enough people, they're going to work on another one. So I think that's what's going to happen. So we're going to see what happens here coming up here real soon. But we're going to get on to the last thing that I had in here. It was the border agents are building a second wall to keep the fentanyl out in California. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I'm going to let you watch this video real quick to show you what they're doing on this wall. Take a look at this.
One of the biggest deterrents to people and drugs coming over into the United States from Mexico is this barrier. And on the barrier is a piece of technology that literally alerts Border Patrol if someone even puts their hands on this fence. Now, the problem, the cartel knows about it, and they're cutting through it every single day. In a small California border town, there's not one, but two walls. Roughly 1,250 yards of the angled secondary fence is already up, but in pieces along the most exploited areas, covering nearly a mile altogether. And El Centro Border Patrol plans to keep building it. The goal? To help stop the flow of fentanyl crossing the southern border. Chief Bovino hopes the second wall makes a difference.
We have to do it fast and we have to do it hard, because guess what? The bad guys on the south side, they do it fast and hard. We have to do it faster and harder.
Now, you know that wasn't approved by Biden administration. So they're doing this on their own. And see, these guys are pushing this issue to help us out, but nobody else is. So that's a problem we've got to take care of, guys. But this is what we got to do. We got to get this taken care of. They want to depopulate 1 billion white people by 2030. And we're the ones that are called racist. But this is exactly right, Mark. That's exactly what they want to do. And they think this going to make things even again, but they are causing the racial conflict in this country, no matter how you look at it. And I don't give a shit if you call me racist or not, but they are. And I saw that when I voted for Obama the first time, believe it or not, I voted for that idiot. And then I saw the racism coming out. Right, exactly. This wall works, but only for them. When they build fences up around the Capitol and stuff, the wall works for them, but it doesn't work for anybody else. But this is done all by design, guys, no matter how you look at it. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to keep you. But that's all the time we have for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I just got back. I'm a little rough, but I'll get back into it tomorrow. I'm so glad you guys are back and chat with me. And we've had a great conversation tonight about all different kind of stuff. And we are going to start promoting Wimpkin a little bit more to everybody. And if you guys can get on other pages, please do it. If not just to help promote Wimpkin and keep them alive and get people to turn over, get away from Facebook and get over to here. And I'm going to say Rumble too, because Rumble's another conservative site you don't get in trouble with. I do have some issues with them not letting me do stuff on Rumble Live, but Chase helped me out. Jace helped me out with getting StreamYard going. And I don't think I've had so many issues other than some sound issues and stuff like that. But we've got things worked out, I think. And I'm loving all the guys here on Wimpkin and chat. You guys are awesome. But get on there, guys. We're going to be signing off here. So I know you guys got to get moving. You guys have been on here a long time. So join me tomorrow night, guys. Don't forget to check out my Rumble page, my Wimpkin page, my X page, all under Country Conservative. My Facebook page is under Charlie Brown. Yes, it is. Don't forget that. Subscribe, like everything, whatever it is, wherever you're tuning in from. Don't forget to do that. Join me tomorrow night, guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my final video before my 4-day recuperation period for my back surgery. And I'll let you guys know as soon as I can how it went and everything. And don't forget to look out for my ads. Make sure that you know I'm going to be on. I'm hoping Monday is at the latest. I'll find out what more of my restrictions are come to Thursday. But with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with this so you're not held up. And that's a wrap for another riveting episode of The Conservative Viewpoint. Thank you, my fellow freedom warriors, for tuning in tonight. Remember that the battle for liberty never rests. As we sign off, keep your eyes on the horizon, your hearts steadfast, and your voices unyielding. Together, we'll continue to champion the values that make American exceptional. So until tomorrow night, guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay unapologetically conservative. This is Charlie, your host, signing off from The Conservative Viewpoint, saying, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good night. Yes, Vic. Get some sleep tonight.